Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're jumping into a topic that honestly keeps so many small business owners up at night: their online reputation. You know, in a world where just a handful of stars on Google can literally make or break a local business, the power of those reviews is it's immense. So yeah, let's get right into it.
Now, this statement, what's so interesting about it is the emotion, right? It's not just about, hey, let's get more good reviews. It's about this feeling of justice. It's hinting that the system right now feels like an unfair fight. And we're about to look at a new kind of tool that claims it can finally even the odds.
So what's this fight all about? Well, for a ton of business owners, it's this incredibly frustrating dilemma. They know they're providing a great service, day in and day out. They know most of their customers leave happy. But the story that gets told online, it can feel like it's from a totally different planet.
And this right here, this is the absolute heart of the frustration. I mean, just think about it. You could have hundreds of perfectly happy customers who just don't say anything. But then one person who might just be having a bad day can go online and leave this permanent public mark. The impact feels completely out of whack with the reality of the business.
You hear this from business owners, and it just perfectly captures that feeling of total helplessness. It's like you're forced to play this high-stakes game where, for some reason, the rules seem to favor the loudest, most negative voices out there, and you have almost no control.
Which, of course, brings us to the million-dollar question. I mean, nobody wants to chase down every single customer, right? It feels desperate, it's super time-consuming, so is there a better way? A smarter way to handle all this? And that's the question that leads us right from the problem to a potential solution.
The solution that's being proposed here frames itself as a kind of digital bouncer. We're going to use a tool called ReviewPilot as our case study to really see how this automated idea works. The whole concept is to have someone, or, something, managing the front door to your public reputation. So this digital bouncer metaphor is really the key to understanding the whole thing. Just think about a bouncer at a cool club. This software stands at the virtual entrance, and its job is to check the vibe of your customers' feedback first. If the feedback is super positive, enthusiastic, it waves them right on through to the main floor, which in this case is a public review site like Google. But if the feedback is negative, it kind of pulls them aside for a private chat, away from the crowd. So how does this bouncer actually do its job? Well, the entire system is built on this really simple but kind of brilliant fork in the road. After a customer uses your service, they get one single link. But where that link sends them depends entirely on their initial gut reaction.
And here you can see those two paths in action. Over on the left, we've got the happy path. A customer gives you a 5-star rating. Boom, they're immediately and gently nudged to go post that awesome review publicly on Google. Now look at the right, the private path. If a customer gives 1, 2, or 3 stars, they're routed to a private form. They still get to vent, they still feel heard, but that feedback goes straight to the business owner's inbox, not onto a public page for the world to see.
But what about the folks in the middle? This is where it gets really clever. The system has a special path just for 4-star reviewers. See, these customers are usually pretty happy, but they might have one little suggestion. So the system follows up and asks, hey, what could we have done to make it a perfect 5-star experience? It's a smart way to turn pretty good feedback into super valuable data you can actually use to improve.
Okay, so the mechanics make sense. We get how it works. But what does putting a system like this in place actually do for a business? What are the real, tangible results a business owner is supposed to see?
Well, the core benefits really hit all those initial pain points we talked about. First, it amplifies the good stuff, making it super easy for your happy but usually silent majority to actually speak up. Second, it protects your reputation, acting like a firewall that turns those potentially damaging public rants into private, teachable moments. It also grabs those priceless insights from your 4-star reviewers. And finally, by automating the whole thing, the goal is to save time and maybe, most importantly, reduce that constant stress of just waiting for the next bad review to drop.
At the end of the day, the promise of this technology really boils down to this one simple idea: control. After feeling like you're playing a rigged game for so long, a system like this is designed to give business owners that sense of agency back, to put them in command of their own story online.
And that brings us to our final thought. This tech is obviously powerful, but it also raises a really important question for all of us as consumers. If a business's online profile is curated, if it's designed to showcase the positive stuff while handling the negative stuff behind closed doors,
what does a near-perfect 5-star rating truly represent? It's definitely something to think about the next time you're scrolling through reviews. Thanks for joining the Explainer.